there's no point in really trying to make sure, if you're trying to overextend and trying to go the extra mile to get someone to like you, and you're just, doing a lot just to get someone to have a relationship with you, you're probably doing too much. Like, some people are just not worth having a relationship with, especially if it causes you to be tired or it causes you to be weary. It's a lot of people like that. And this could be loved ones, this could be family members. And I had this same issue too, like, where it would be people in my family who would have issues with shit I do. Because I'm be honest, I'm the only one who's actually pretty disciplined in my entire family. The only one who's just completely submitted to God and, lives a pretty quote unquote boring life. And I guess that quote unquote boring life kind of turns a lot of people away, and it turns a lot of people off. So, when you live that kind of life, it kind of makes a lot of other people uncomfortable. And, people try to get you to do things that you just don't want to do anymore. Like, I'm not the same kid who used to drink or get drunk, or I'm not the same kid who used to smoke weed. I'm just not that guy anymore. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy who's like, was always, intoxicated. Like, I find that to be so, like, fleeting. And I don't understand how some dudes are like 40, 45, like 35, 50 years old, and they still think that cheap dopamine is going to give them the thing that they're looking for. They keep trying to fill the void with cheap dopamine. They have no sense of hard work, and they totally given up on life. And when I say giving up on life, I'm never going to talk about getting rich. I'm not talking about, go living out your dreams. I'm just talking about giving up in terms of not trying at all, not having any sort of purpose to fulfill. And I think that people think that money or whatever these things are going to fulfill you, but they're never going to give you the sort of satisfaction that you're looking for. And the only thing that satisfies you will be eternity. So when you give your life to God and then you have like a disciplined regimen around God, you're going to find the peace that you're looking for. But until you do that, you're never going to find peace. You're going to be sitting there on the verge of depression every single day. I notice this with so many people, bro. They'll sit there and they'll just be crying their eyes out, or they'll look like life is just killing them. I'm like, dog, this life is so short, and you stressing about it. Like, I truly don't care what happens to me tomorrow, much less 5 minutes from now. I'm not going to force anything. The day I stopped forcing things in life, and the day I just started doing the things that attract what I want, is when I started getting what I want. And what I wanted was peace. I thought it was money. I thought it was these things, but what I wanted was peace. I wanted what rest inside my heart. And this goes against a lot of quote unquote self-improvement, right? Because a lot of self-improvement coaches, they try to shame you into thinking that the spot you're at in life is because you don't have more money or you don't have a certain physique or whatever the case may be. And all those things may be adding to your life, but they're never going to give you what you truly are looking for. They're never going to give you what you truly want. I'm the only coach who's going to say the only thing you need, you could have nothing. You could have a terrible physique. You could be at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom in terms of finances, have no money at all, be homeless. But if you truly accept God into your life, you truly accept that there's something more to this, and that there's eternity that is much better than anything you would get in this world. If you truly accept that, I promise you, you will have peace and rest and a satisfaction that the person who has everything doesn't have. If you stop worshiping things, if you stop worshiping relationships, stop worshiping women, stop worshiping that little green little lettuce that you like to put in that little brown leaf that gets you high so you can escape. If you stop worshiping alcohol, and people don't know that alcohol literally comes from the word alcohol, which is a Latin word which means body eating spirit. And you realize that the true peace and freedom is in sobriety. When you don't have to escape, when you don't have to leave Earth, when every time you do something, you don't have to be high. The true high is a sober life. The true high is raw dogging life. Because when you can raw dog every day, no matter how much stress you go through, you'll find peace a lot quicker than most people. Most people can't raw dog life. Most people have to escape. Most people have to escape. It's like, even when I, like, when it comes to family events, and they say I miss a lot of family events, and I get this a lot from a lot of family members. And I'm just like, bro, we just go to family events and we drink. We're not even in the moment with our family. We're just escaping reality with them. Stop trying to cope behind this. Like, y'all just get together and drink whiskey. Like, what is that doing for anybody? What does that do for anybody? It don't do nothing for me. It don't do nothing for you. It don't get us closer to God. And right now, like, since I gave my life to God, He's just leading me where He needs to go. Like, I just signed up for the fire academy. I'm about to become a firefighter. You know, I never seen myself being a firefighter, but now for some reason I got this sudden urge to be a firefighter. Maybe that's what God wants me to do. And if it doesn't work out, then He closed that door, and that's what He wanted me to go down a different path. But I'm gonna just allow Him to lead me. Like, the we have this thing where we think self-efficiency is some admirable thing, when self-efficiency literally is what's causing you to be depressed, because you keep relying on yourself for everything. If you just sit in the passenger seat and let God take the wheel, I promise you, you'll be a lot happier. You just start walking, and you just allow the doors that close, and you understand, okay, God didn't want me to go that way. Let me try this way. He closed that door. He closed that door. He closed that door. You just realize every door that closed, He's leading you to the door that's the one He wants you to walk through, that's open for you. You just gotta allow Him to lead you. You gotta let your spirit to guide you. When you allow your spirit to guide you, I promise you, you'll be a lot more fulfilled. I'm telling you, this life is much more peaceful. It's much more peaceful when you understand that there's something on the other side of it. You know, that's why people take so many risks. That's why people are so depressed, and they're so sad, and you know, you're so suicidal, and you think you have to have everything by the age of 22. You got to be a cajillionaire by 24. You got to have all the cars in the world by 23. And the reason you think that way is because you think that you only got one life. This life is so insignificant. You could read Ezekiel and see that shit. You could read Ezekiel and see that this life is so insignificant. We have so many other things on the other side of this that are way better, bro. Way better. Like, you got to understand, He's going to destroy this earth. So all the stuff you stressing about not having, He's going to destroy it anyway one day. And He's going to destroy it and create a new earth that He likes. Like, there's so much beauty in the world we live in today. I can only imagine the beauty that He's going to have in the world with the new one that He creates and the one that He lives on. Like, even if a lot of, like, there was times in my life when I think one of the hardest times, the most mentally plaguing times in my life is when I went through that breakup with my ex. And I found out she was with a new guy a couple months later that, you know, I don't know what was going on there, but it definitely, you know, had me having feelings that I never had to process before. And I think those feelings, when I had to process them and go deep down, I just kind of attacked the gym every day, and I got super big and strong, which is great, but I started to still feel that emptiness. And I started to kind of try to lead with my ego. I tried to be this. I was going to the gym not because I wanted to get bigger or I wanted to get a better physique, but because I wanted to have an ego contest with her. I wanted her to see that I'm this fucking strong dude. Like, she would give a fuck. And I just want, quote unquote, revenge. Like, people don't care about you as much as you think, dog. And now I just pray for those people. I just pray for her. I pray that she has a good life after this. And you know what happens to her? Nothing like that. All you can want is her to find Jesus. And truthfully, right now I'm single, and I'm so at peace with being single and being by myself. And I'm not having sex. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not falling into my lust. I'm on semen retention. I think it's about 150 days of semen retention I'm on right now, and I'm just at so much peace with life. I feel so much color. The breeze of the air feels good on my skin. The grass that I look at when I'm walking in the fields looks more colorful than it did at any time other in my life. Cut all the toxic, cheap dopamine. I don't watch the news. I don't scroll. I don't consume politics or none of that bullshit. I just stopped all of it because all of it was meaningless. Like, and if you having girl problems and stuff like that, I know that's like a big event in people's lives. It was a big event in mine. You gotta analyze like why you having girl problems. Like I'm talking to a dude the other day, and he says his girl cheated and left him. And I'm like, he's walking me through the beginning of their relationship, and he slept with her on the first night, and then he's expecting her to not leave as soon as she gets the chance. Like, don't be mad that you got your girl easy and then she's easy. Like, easy girls are going to be easy to leave. But that's the problem. Like, y'all are so quick to go for the girl who's so easy instead of the one that you may have to wait. Because you just want to get a nut off. But if you weren't so fucking horny all the time, you weren't trying to just be this dude trying to get the quickest, the girl who gives it up quick, you wouldn't, and now she left you quick, and now you sad, and you wonder why. Like, of course she left you quickly as soon as she found a better dude, because you got her quickly. You don't get good women quick. You don't. It takes time. It takes nourishing. A good woman's not gonna give it up to you so easy. She's not. And now you sad because you was like, oh, she left me, like she's such a, oh yeah, duh, she gave it up to you on the first night, dog. And now you're expecting what? For her to be loyal to you forever and not give it up to another dude on the first night? And now you sad. So yeah, like at the end of the day, at the end of the speech, it's kind of like, who cares about really anything if Jesus loves you? And that doesn't mean go be hedonistic and live a stupid life and be lazy. The last thing when I say that, if you think, oh, that means sit on the couch, you're an idiot. That does not mean sit on the couch and be a dumbass. Go work hard. And work hard, have a disciplined regimen, but don't attach to the result. Detach from it. Attach to God and love the process and say, if I'm at the process for the rest of my life, I'm at the process for the rest of my life. If you get peace with if you say, okay, if I'm here for the rest of my life and I have God, I'm straight, because this eternity on the other side of this. So, follow me on Instagram at a Spider Official, SPIDAOFFICAL. Thank you.